One.
Hi, everyone. This is real estate coach Craig Proctor, and welcome to the Craig Proctor Real Estate Show. Today, my special guest is Priscilla Han,
Hello,
a
everyone.
broker owner from Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty in Markham, Ontario. How you doing today? And thank you for being with us.
Good, great. How are you, Craig?
Good. You've got an incredible story. Why don't we start off with our topic, by the way, today is how to generate buyers even when you don't have any listings. And we're going to walk you through how Priscilla was able to do that. So why don't you start off and just talk about how you met me and how you started off in real estate and how we've been able to work together and really help you grow your business.
Actually, I'm a new immigrant. I had my master degree back then in 2000, but then I left. I went back to China and worked there until 2017. So then I came back with my family. At that time, I'm completely new in real estate industry. I'm a new agent. I changed my career because back then in China, I'm a consumer goods marketer. So this is like a absolutely new. I know nobody here, and I also have.
So sorry, what year did you come to Canada?
2017. This is when I returned, but
Okay.
I was here back in 2000 to 2004. I went to school back then.
Okay, so how did you decide to get into real estate?
I just felt my line of work, I know that it would be very, very difficult to find a similar position like what I did in China. So I know one industry that's booming here is real estate. And because I had marketing background, I thought I can adopt some of my marketing experience into this new profession. So I made that change. I flew back 4 times to pass my exam. And then when I landed with my family in 2017, August, immediately I had my license. Yeah. So I joined one of this Hong Kongese brokerage. 2-3 months down the road, the branch manager recommended your program to me. So I attended.
Smart guy.
So this is the nicest thing ever happened to me because I discovered your program at the very start. I did not waste any time to try to struggle around by myself because remember, I had zero knowledge about selling, about real estate. I know nothing about nothing. This is a complete new profession to me.
So your broker owner said, go see Craig Proctor.
He just texted me this page, like an article. It sounds like you have a training. So I joined one of your super conference. I started there. I never left.
Okay. Oh, so that's good then. So you really, got really good training right from the beginning.
Yes.
So it's not like were you doing any cold calling or door knocking or any of that type of thing?
Oh, no.
No.
So now this is my 6th year in a row. I haven't even made one cold call because, again, I learned from you starting from the very start.
Okay.
So, no.
So you didn't know any other way of selling real estate except for the Craig Proctor way?
No, not at all. No.
Okay, good. All right. So let's, your broker gives you information on Craig Proctor. You come to one of my conferences. So where did you start after the conference? What did you start to do to become successful?
Oh, so I did try like everyone else. I started with Facebook ads. The investment is small, and I go from there. But then after I try, because it's not without challenging. Even though you need to run Facebook ads and it doesn't cost much, still it takes a skill to make the call to the warm leads and also nurture them, convert them. But not too long afterwards, I start to create some videos because I know nobody here. I don't have Sophia to work on. So I start. People ask me, some clients from China, they're not here yet, but they're on the pipeline to immigrate to Canada. So they say, how about you go take that property for me and you send me the video, then I'll make a judgment. Then I shoot a video and then I send it to them. But then I was thinking, if I send to this prospects, I might as well just put on internet.
Right.
And then it starts to attract lots of people sending me inquiries to say, oh, what about you also do this for me? And then I start to give them pros and cons of this property, and people feel that they can trust me. So this is how I started with attracting people coming to me.
Now, were you comfortable doing video right away? Obviously, you've become better and better at it. I was watching some of your YouTube channel. I was watching some of your videos, and I thought they were very good.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, like for now, I do three sorts of videos: real estate knowledge, virtual tour, and market watch report. So any of those I can do very naturally. Not back then. It's every shot I had to take multiple times. Now
Right.
I can do very smoothly. It's
Okay,
been
so now you're
years.
comfortable with it.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. So talk to us about this whole idea of like when you started, you didn't have any listings. How did you get buyers when you're brand new in real estate, really brand new in Canada as a real estate agent? You don't know anybody here. Because there's a lot of people watching this that are in your situation where they're brand new in real estate and you know, they're, how do I get started with this if I don't have any listings? How do I make money? So explain what what else you did. So you're taking videos of properties, you're sending them back to people that are in China that want to come to Canada. What are the things you're doing?
So actually, I created content from the very beginning. Video is the second phase. Before video became popular,
Yes.
I wrote lots of blog. So those blog, I didn't know to talk about specific properties, all about real estate knowledge, how to get prepared when you want to buy your first property in GTA, things like that. So these blogs, they attract, I think it's the power of SEO. So when people search how to settle down in GTA, they found my articles, obviously they're in Chinese. So then through these blogs, people contacted me. The videos, it's almost at the beginning of COVID when people cannot land. They asked me to tape those videos, and I did for them. So basically, when you know nobody, when you know listings to promote, I think just to be a very good content creator, share knowledges, be useful, be friendly to those prospects, then you'll attract inquiries.
Right. So so people trying to get information on real estate here in the Greater Toronto area, they're in China. You're giving them good information, answering the most common questions they have. So you become positioned as their trusted advisor. So all of a sudden, now they're contacting you. Now, are they contacting you when they get to Canada, or are they contacting you while they're still in China?
Both ways. So when I say I create content, the content, they do attract traffic from people still in China, but also a big chunk of them are Chinese in GTA.
Okay.
So not just those in China.
So what percentage are your clients of Chinese, like live here or in China?
So I would say 95% of our clientele are Chinese, either Mandarin speaking or Hong Kongese speaking.
Right.
Another 5% is those paid traffic, like other ethnic, for example, Indian, Filipino.
Okay. So explain what you're doing to market yourself today, because we were talking before we got started. You own your own brokerage. Again, the brokerage is in Markham, Ontario, Canada. It's your home sold guaranteed realty.
Right.
And what Priscilla does for you, now listen up, Toronto agents, is she gives you actual listing appointments and buyer appointments as the broker. Now, no other broker does that. You know, most broker owners, most companies, they give you nothing, or they might give you some leads, which you find out are not really leads at all, because nobody's picking up the phone today. What Priscilla does, she's been an excellent Craig Proctor member, student, and she's spent years learning how to attract an abundance of leads. This is why she's able to give them away, because she couldn't possibly work with all the buyers and sellers. So the leads are called by her team. So they're vetted. And now we set up qualified appointments with motivated buyers and sellers. So if you're interested in getting actual listing appointments or qualified buyer appointments, you want to have a conversation with Priscilla about how this would work. It's, you know, no obligation, of course, doesn't cost any money to talk to Priscilla. What would be the best way for agents in the Toronto area to learn more about how they could partner up with you and get a steady stream of buyer and seller appointments?
Oh, you can always call me. My phone number is 647-360-8963. And I also have an email we can put in the chat.
Yeah, we'll put everything in the comments below. Now, this is how this would work. Normally, the brokerage, you know, the broker can I say, doesn't really do a whole lot. You're kind of on your own. I know every brokerage promises training, right? But as you probably found out, the training either doesn't exist or it's not very good. So Priscilla spent years under my tutelage, okay, learning Craig Proctor. And as you know, I had my success right here in the Toronto area. I became the #1 RE/MAX agent in the world after only having my real estate license for 3 years. So I teach real estate agents what I did, okay? And they go do it, and they start to have the same success that I had. We have a system. Now, the good news for all of you is if you partner up with Patricia, she would be your coach, okay? She would spend an enormous amount of time showing you how she does this as far as what happens when you get an appointment with a buyer and seller and the whole process.
Yeah.
Why? Because the more money you make, the more money Priscilla makes. So she wants to, you know, she's very motivated to work with you more so than any other broker. So you should give her a call. If you're right now, you're motivated, but you're not sure how to get buyer appointments and how to get listings. You don't have to figure it out on your own. It's already been figured out.
Yeah, absolutely right.
Tell us what else you started to. So yes, that contact information will be below. And by the way, if you want to meet Priscilla Han and myself, we're doing an event in Toronto at the Markham Suites. It's a 2-day event, but the 2 days is for my members. We'll invite, if you're not a Craig Proctor member, we'll invite you for the first day. That's April the 3rd. It's at the Markham Suites, right in Markham. Patricia, we did that for you, you know, 5 minutes from the house. It's also 20 minutes from where I live, so it's nice and convenient. And we're going to have about, well, the room holds 300 real estate agents. It'll be completely full. Most of the people there will be Craig Proctor coaching and platinum and your home sold broker members there. Most of the people will be there who have been with me for years, but we're going to throw an invitation out to agents here in the GTA. Now, don't come and take a seat if you're not interested in this, but if you're interested in learning about what Craig Proctor does and speaking to members that make millions of dollars a year using the Craig Proctor system, then what you're going to do is drop your email address in the comments below, and we'll send you an invitation to the Markham event. Okay, it's April 3rd, 2024. Okay, so drop in your email address and we'll get you information on that. Okay, so Patricia, lots of people complained about, oh my God, real estate, it's so hard, it's so hard. You came from a different country, you got your license, you didn't know anybody here, and now you become so successful, you've opened your own brokerage. So share some of the things that you learned to be successful. Give, you know, there's going to be lots of real estate agents watching this that are, you know, brand new in the business, or maybe they're not, maybe they're just struggling. Share some of your secrets.
Yeah, so for the past few years, first of all, I think continual education is very, very important. I guess it's because I know nothing. So when I first attend the conference, what you said, the theory, the practice, they just resonate with me. So right away, I know this is something I want. I start to really just take them in and practice one by one. Not every marketing activities is successful, but 1 out of 3, 4, I nailed it, and it start to turn into revenue, into success cases. And then I got more confidence, and I keep going on like that. So this is #1 thing, continue education. Don't evaluate the program, just trust, have faith, and implement them. And
so you've been with me for 7 years, right? You started in 2017. Yeah. So some people might say, well, you know, wouldn't you learn everything from Craig Proctor in a year? Things are always changing in the marketplace, right? We're always improving. So you know, whether it's me or not, the lesson is you should have a mentor. Whatever you do, right? You want to be a better golfer or whatever you're, but in business, you should have a mentor. Make sure your mentor actually was successful doing that thing that they're helping you with. There's too many pretend mentors in real estate. You know, obviously, if you want to make a lot of money in real estate, you need to find a mentor that made a lot of money, sold a lot of houses in real estate. So find, like what Priscilla just said is, when I met Craig, it resonated with me. It
Mm.
made sense right away. So many of you are introduced to me here today because you're watching this. And if you are the type of agent that you want to get it right, you don't want to go down dead end streets. You don't want to learn, 1970s selling. You don't want to be door knocking or cold calling. You don't want to be buying leads. Maybe you're doing that now and you're realizing people are not picking up the phone today. Then you've figured out that the real answer to success in this business is learning marketing that causes motivated and qualified buyers and sellers to call you. That has to be the action. The call to action is they call you or they text you, not you calling hundreds of people trying to get someone to pick up the phone. So if that was true for you, right? If you knew what to offer buyers and sellers, because a lot of you will say, well, how do I do that? Well, you need to know what to offer. Let's assume that if you had something that buyers and sellers really wanted and they didn't know how to find it on their own, they would call you.
That's right.
So you can't offer what they can get on their own. And this is where, Priscilla, a lot of real estate agents fall down because their big offer to buyers is, oh, I'll email you the homes on the internet. Well, nobody wants that. They can go to the internet themselves, right? Oh, I'm a great negotiator. Well, now the buyer says, now that I know who, I can go onto the internet and find out what agent has the property listed, I could go directly to the listing agent, probably save more money without you. So we have to offer something that the other agents aren't offering and something that's so valuable that the qualified buyers and sellers are willing to do something that they really don't want to do, which is to call a real estate salesperson. This is what I cracked the code on. That's how I go from, I wasn't much different than you when I started, Priscilla. I knew nobody in real estate. I started brand new. I didn't have any marketing experience. I had never sold anything in my life. So, I had to figure it out. Now, figure it out I did. In 3 years, I had created a marketing system that caused me, think about this, in Newmarket, Ontario, which is in the middle of nowhere, right? North of Toronto, a small town at the time, we had 50,000 people. I ended up being the #1 RE/MAX agent in the world. Now, why was that? Because I understood how to offer buyers and sellers what they wanted. So hundreds and hundreds of them would come to me. And then I started building a team. And now this is what Priscilla's done. She's taken these concepts, the marketing, the follow-up, the team building, and what's in it for all of you that are watching this is you have you have 3 choices. Choice number 1 is you decide, well, this is not for me, Craig's not for me, and you continue doing what you're doing or you find somebody else. Choice number 2 is you say, you know what? Priscilla's been through all Craig's training for 7 years. She spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on the Craig Proctor system, she's invested the time and the money. You don't need to relearn this. All you need to do is partner up with Priscilla Hand. She's done everything that you want to do in real estate. She's already doing it. You don't have to learn anything. She will give you qualified listing appointments and buyer appointments. Now, if you want to start your own business, let's say you're not in the Greater Toronto area, okay, so it's not feasible for you to join Priscilla's team, and you want to do what Priscilla's done in your marketplace, then you're going to contact me. One of the things you can do is you can attend this event on April the 3rd. It costs $0 to attend, okay, and you can check it out. You can sit in a room full of 300 Craig Proctor members or wannabe members and hear success stories from our superstar panels. You can hear how this works. Another option for you is you can book a call with my team, and it will be on Zoom. So we can show you how this works. And you book an appointment with me by going to proctorcall.com. I'll have them type that into the comments below. proctorcall.com, no space, proctorcall.com. That's a clickable link. proctorcall.com is a clickable link. You'll go to my day timer, book a day and a time that works for you, and we'll jump on a Zoom meeting, ask you a bunch of questions about your business, and see if this is a good fit for you. Okay, so what are your goals now? Priscilla, you've got your company up and going. You've got confidence now. You're well known. You're comfortable with video, so you have no problem getting your message out. Where do you see your business going over the next 5 years?
This year, our goal is 1.2 mil in GCI. So I want to reach 3 mil in 3 years.
Excellent. So 1.2 million now this year, and you want to go to $3 million. Okay. You see Craig Proctor members all over Canada, the United States, doing these kinds of numbers. So that gives you a lot of confidence getting to know the other Craig Proctor members. So in other words, it's not pie in the sky thinking. You become friends with them, you know them, and now you believe this is possible for me.
Absolutely. There's no doubt.
And this is the first step for everybody to realize is you got to have a goal, okay? For most people, their goals aren't big enough. So we introduce you to agents that are successfully making millions of dollars a year. Now, this is what happened, Priscilla. When you started to meet them, you realized they're no different than me, right? You started to become friendly. And then you start thinking, well, if she can do it and he can do it and I can do it. And we learned from each other. So this meeting we're having in Toronto on April 3rd, we learned from each other. I'll be doing superstar panels, and we're going to be discussing, well, what are the best offers to make buyers and sellers? Let's show you guys examples of what the top agents in Canada and the United States are doing, and then answer all your questions. And then you have an understanding of it. But more than that, you've got a confidence that, hey, you know what? This actually works. A lot of what's being sold to real estate agents are rehashed ideas. People telling you to go knock on more doors or buy more leads or sit in more open houses, right? The same old stuff they've been telling real estate agents to do since the 1970s. What do you think your big opportunity is to hit $3 million? Priscilla, what do you need to do that you're not doing right now to triple your business and go from $1 million to $3 million?
So for now, our business is mostly delivered or fulfilled by organic traffic. It's all because of the content, the articles, the blogs, the videos. We haven't been too successful with the paid media, but I just adopt some new technology. I start to use Ylopo. So for the past 8,000 buyers in waiting sitting in my database, we start to use Ylopo to nurture. So when the AI pick up the ready one, then our ISA will follow up. So we already see, even though this is just the second week, we already see some success. So hopefully we will do much better job in conversion for those paid media traffic.
Everyone, I assume, knows what an ISA is. ISA is an inside sales agent. So think about this. What Priscilla works on is she works on the business plan for this business, and specializing in marketing to attract buyers and sellers, because Priscilla understands that her job, her number one job, is to get listing appointments and buyer appointments for the agents that work at a brokerage. Now think about that. That's her. Is that different than your broker owner right now? Your broker. Is your broker saying, oh, hey, today we've got a couple listing appointments for you. We've got some buyers that are ready to buy, that have been pre-qualified. You see, the leads come in to Priscilla's office, and then the inside sales agents call the buyers and sellers, ask them a bunch of questions to make sure they're qualified. So we're not just, setting up appointments because we can. We're only setting up appointments with qualified buyers and sellers because we should. So you're actually all that heavy lifting. You don't have to spend money on marketing, on advertising. You don't have to be calling them. You would say, hey, Priscilla, this is when I'm available this week. Thursday night, I got to take my kids somewhere. So you open up your day timer. You can take as little or many of these appointments as you want. Now, Priscilla is going to coach you up on what to say when you meet with the buyers, because there is a best way. So we talked about a lead generation system, and then the ISAs and the automated emails and text messages. That's the follow-up system. But then we have a presentation system. How many of you watching this agree there's probably a best way to present your benefits to a seller? Give me that. There's probably a best way, right? There's probably a best way to present your benefits to a buyer, because you can't make a seller list their home with you, nor can you make a buyer meet with you, nor can you make a buyer sign an exclusive buyer agency agreement. However, using the right language, you can compel the buyers and sellers to want to meet with you and want to sign the listing agreement or the buyer agreement. This is what Priscilla would help you do. She would help you be an expert at that. Now, why? Why is she so committed? Again, the more money you make, the more money she makes, right? So she would be very careful about bringing you on board. She's, most brokerage, like, the old saying, if you've got a pulse or you can fog a mirror, they'll hire you. Well, we're not going to do that here. We want to make sure that you actually are coachable and you can follow a system, because Priscilla's going to spend an enormous amount of time with you. The agents that worked for me at my Newmarket office, they all made $250,000, $300,000 every year. And this is a long time ago when that was a lot of money, right? That's why they never left me. I had agents on my team that worked with me for over 20 years. One lady, her partnership with me, she made over $6 million. That's pretty good, right? But she was on a 50-50 split. So that means she made me $6 million. So $12 million because of our partnership was brought in over the years we worked together, and she got half, she got 6 million, and I got 6 million. But out of her 6 million, she put it in her pocket. I had to pay out of my 6 million, the marketing, the advertising, running the brokerage. So this is, I can't stress what a wonderful opportunity you folks have to speak to Priscilla and find out more about this. Or at a minimum, get yourself to the Toronto event. If you're in the Greater Toronto area, you can fly there if you want. It's going to be April the 3rd, but seats are limited. So, don't just show up there. You have to register, and you can get information on registering by dropping your email into the comments below. Priscilla's also, we've dropped her contact information in, so you can call her and you can email her. But don't let the old paradigm pull you back. Don't think, well, this sounds too good to be true. Don't think that you can't do it. I'm really glad that Priscilla shared her backstory here today. Could you imagine it was the opposite? I can't imagine if I was having to fly to another country, okay, and I had to learn the language, and I didn't have a real estate license, and I didn't know anybody. Priscilla did a very smart thing, which is I just need to hook myself up with somebody that knows what they're doing.
Yes.
Right? No sense floundering or making mistakes. So I'm really glad that we got to meet 7 years ago.
One line. So remember, guys, I started 7 years ago from one of the super conference, and I'm a new immigrant. I know nothing. So if I can do it, everybody can. Trust me.
Yep. And that's what people need to believe. And that's why I'm so glad you came to one of the conferences, because you were able to meet a lot of people that were struggling, or they were brand new in real estate, and we had helped them, and they'd worked with me for a couple of years. And now here's the amazing thing is you get to be that ambassador now. Mm-hmm. When you came to that first conference, you saw people on stage, and people had these rags to riches stories of, they had moved to Canada, or they were brand new in real estate, or they just declared bankruptcy, or they had lost everything in their life, and this amazing turnaround. And it's such a great story. And it gives everybody hope. And when they meet you and they speak to you, they're going to realize that you're no different than they are. And the fact that you can do it is positive proof that they can do it as well.
Yes, absolutely.
Any final remarks before we wrap up this awesome interview today, Priscilla?
Just have faith. And another thing is go all in. Don't doubt. Take one initiative at a time, and implement one after one, and then you will see success coming.
Very good advice. I want to thank everybody for watching this. Again, you can book your call with me at proctorcall.com, proctorcall.com. I'll drop in your email address, get on our list here, and we'll start sending you guys out information. And I want to thank Priscilla Hand for doing an awesome interview today. Make sure you look her up and you call her, follow her YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching this. That concludes this edition of the Craig Proctor Real Estate Show. Take care.
Thank you. Bye, Craig. Bye, everyone.